The leadership we have today just fundamentally isn't working. If you look at politics or business or even small teams, and how can we train people not just here at Berkeley, but people well beyond, emerging leaders around the world, to be better leaders? When I first started, I see my leadership as a merry-go-round. So I was in the middle, and there's all this activity swirling around me. I judged myself based on how many decisions I could be part of. So how often would a teammate come to me and go, "Hey, Alex, what do you think about this?" And I'd give some advice, and I'd feel like, okay, I'm really leading. But there I was, the middle of this merry-go-round, and all this activity swirling around, but we were firmly planted in place. We weren't actually going anywhere. I needed to step back as a leader and really place trust in my team, which is when we finally started getting some traction. So I'm a firm believer that anyone and everyone can be practicing acts of leadership at any time. So it's no longer about the CEO in the corner office as the one leader, but rather it's about how can you serve others and help others towards the goals of your company or organization. It was just as I started letting go and having other people do things that I realized, okay, not only are they not doing it my way, they're actually doing it much better than I would have. So maybe like social media, I'm okay at social media, but then once we got someone that could actually run it, going, oh wow, they're actually doing a great job. And I wouldn't have thought about doing it that way, but this is really working. All I had to worry about was just finding the right people, trusting them, empowering them, and then I could let go and focus on other things. You just can't let yourself be defined too much externally, either by what others think about you or about what some success or failure might look like. Ultimately, there's so much luck that goes into what you do, and to try to explain it all, whether a success by your work or a failure by your work, is just not realistic. And so I think the more that you can just trust yourself to do the best you're capable of doing, and then let go of some of the outcome, I think the better off that you'll be. You can't really extrapolate out lessons. That sometimes it's just try to read the situation, do the best you can, and sometimes you just read it wrong. And so I always started things. I started campus groups and started new ideas. But it wasn't until I was living in India where I first saw the concept of social entrepreneurship. It's always been entrepreneurial, but always was wondering towards what end. And then finally when I saw social entrepreneurship, that's where the light bulb went off and go, okay, this is what was been missing from my entrepreneurial drive, is to think about how can we be creating a better world. We so often draw barriers around what it means to do good. So someone is a social entrepreneur or a social entrepreneur, or they're a leader, but they're socially conscious. But I think changemaker is really an enabling word, because it doesn't force you to be prescriptive about what type of change you're creating, but that you are creating change. And so I think changemakers could be someone who's just focused on innovation and entrepreneurship in new ways and create positive change. You don't need to be a social entrepreneur. But it's not enough to just have this nice idea or to have words which you think mean something. Really, how you make those actions possible is what matters. My name is Alex Budak. I'm the co-founder of Start Some Good, which I now advise, and I'm currently the executive director of the UC Berkeley Center for Reinventing Leadership.